What's going on, y'all? So we back again for another episode review of Sistas season 5 episode 5. I ain't gonna lie, it was a nutty uneventful episode, but it was a couple of parts that really did have me go, girl, what? I ain't gonna lie, it did. But you know, at this point, I don't even expect Sistas to be that long because, girl, I was so fucking frustrated. I know y'all so goddamn tired of me coming on this screen. I'm trying to get the what it is out for y'all. Listen, I was in the process. I had recorded an hour and 3 minutes of what it is, and I wasn't even finished talking, girl. And then all of a sudden, the camera shut off. And I said, girl, what? And it wasn't this camera. It was my other camera that I normally use, right? And I said, girl, what the fuck? And then I'm going through my phone trying to see, did it, where did it go? I could not find it at all. Like, it disappeared. And I said, what type of bullshit is going on? Like, I just want to understand it, girl. So I said, fuck it. Let me just go ahead and go redo this. So I was a little frustrated while I was doing my last what it is. And as soon as I finished, it was a little bit under an hour. Do you know that it popped up? I'm so mad. So mad. Okay. I said, ain't this about a bitch? I said, what is going on? Yesterday it was some shit. Today is some shit. Girl, let's hopefully just get through. So I ain't really finna be on here long because nothing really happened in this episode. Alright. But I will say this. Robin, all the men are trash. Okay. All the men are trash. Baby, look at that. Anyway. All the men are trash, okay? At this particular point. So, what we see going on is that continuation with Hayden. Like, I never disliked the character more than I dislike Hayden. Because when I tell you there are literally no redeeming qualities about... Baby, what the fuck was that? There's no redeeming qualities about Hayden at all, okay? He's really a bitch made type of person, and he's a liar, and you can tell that he's the type of person that will lie on his dick, okay? And the shit that he was in there talking to Andy, see, my thing is this: he'll go up against a woman for sure. He'll go up against a woman, he'll stalk the hell out of them, he'll do all that shit, try to make their lives miserable. But he won't do that necessarily to a man in the same sense, in the same way that he'd do it to a woman. Like, yeah, he was doing some shit to Zach or whatever, but you see now he's not doing it to Zach. But he's still fucking around with Fatima. You know what I'm saying? He'll go get a restraining order or whatever. He thought this one way will work, but this won't. But he'll still be all up in Fatima's stuff or whatever. And it's just really irritating at this point. Because he gloats in doing this, and we just don't understand the reason why he's the way that he is. And at this point, we don't care. At least I don't care. Okay. I don't need a backstory because we can already tell what it is. Sometimes people are just assholes, and he's just one of those. So while Andy's sitting there trying to cuss him out, trying to make him feel small, trying to tell him about himself, I said, Andy, let that shit go because it's not doing nothing. He gets off on this and you're just wasting your breath at this point. And so, we find out what that meeting was. Basically, it was a company or a client of Gary that wanted to do a hedge fund or whateneeded a lawyer. So, of course, Gary hooked him up with Hayden. Hayden hooked him up with Robin. Or somehow, either fucking way, it's all a fucking plan to get investors or whatever to get up in there to take over Robin's spot. That's basically what it is. And I'm sitting here like, so y'all trying to get Robin out the company. Hayden, I understand the reason why you doing it. Because, you just don't like him and you feel some type of way or whatever the fuck because the shit that happened with you. I don't even remember, but he feels some type of way. But Gary, you really doing all of this over a woman that can't even really fully commit to you? A woman who will be like, you can do me today, but then tomorrow you can't? Like, you really going all out for a woman that literally said, you know, we don't need to be together, but I'll still let you hit. I don't want that type of mess in my life. And you thrive on it, and Andy thrives on it too. And that is exactly the reason why they are together, okay? And they keep going through this seesaw ass shit. You know, Andy looking a little shook a little bit. And I'm sitting here like, why are we looking shook that, you know, Gary and Robin up in there talking to each other? These grown ass men. And at the end of the day, Andy, if you would have stuck your ground, you would have been like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Because ain't neither one of them my mans, okay? They niggas that I fuck around with, but they ain't my man, okay? I don't belong to nobody. Meanwhile, we go over there to Gary and Robin. They get through with the client and all that shit, right? And then Gary stands behind and talks to little Robin. And I'm sitting here like, so Gary, you trying to punk? He basically tried to punk Robin. Okay, you know, he talking about, oh, we're going to be seeing a lot of each other. And he made it seem like it was nice at first, and then he brings up Andy, okay? He was like, yeah, I knew you was going to talk. And my whole thing is this. You telling Robin about how Andy is this, and this is your woman, and all that stuff. And I'm like, did Andy say that? Did Andy say that? You talking about you don't want him with her or whatever, and that's your girl, and you gonna do this and you gonna do that, and you're threatening this man as if it matters. Like, this man is the head of the company, okay? Like, he got money. He got more money than you at this point. You know what I'm saying? If we want to throw around fucking status or whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, so you're gonna come to your girl, your plaything's boss, because that's what she is at this moment. You know, she's a plaything because y'all not serious. You're gonna go to her and you're gonna throw some shit up in there to basically jeopardize her job position. And then, you know, you put up in there, you throwing your balls around to make it seem like you're somebody, and Robin is not biting it, okay? And I'm just sitting here like, Gary, go away. You know, you're just making yourself look even more pathetic in this man's eyes, even though it doesn't matter because who is Robin? But at that moment, once I would have saw that, I would have been like, yeah, I got it in the bag and I ain't got to do nothing else. And I'll continue to go ahead and fuck with Andy. And at the end of the day, that's what they both don't realize, or mostly that's what Gary don't realize. Andy is a grown woman, and if she chooses to mess around with anybody else other than him, she can do that because that is her prerogative and that is her right. Like Robin said, there's no ring on her finger, so she's free to do whatever it is, okay? And here go Gary. It'll be back. It'll be back. Girl, next thing you know, Andy had went up in there to talk to Robin. You know, the whole situation, because of course, the only one that's truly concerned about Sabrina is Danny. Danny calls Andy to try to see, bitch, did you talk to Robin yet? Okay. And so at this point, Andy was like, listen, I'm finna finally go talk to him. Even though she was a little nervous about what happened up in that little meeting between Robin and, you know, Gary. Now, see, if I was Robin, I would feel some type of way as well, you know, because every time Andy comes up in there, it's always for a favor, okay? And at one point in time, the favors are going to run out. The favors are going to run out. And we're just going to be fucking tired of it. And he's just going to flat out say no. And that is exactly what happened. Because not only was it the Gary situation, and I don't even feel like it really was the Gary situation, and I feel like it was just him being petty, and I don't know if he's just doing this to act like he don't give a damn. But baby, if that's the case, you are very much convincing in this case, because that shit would have hurt my feelings if you would have did the shit that Robin did, bitch. Because Andy came up in there and it was like they was all to the good, right? And she was like, listen, I need a favor. He said, bitch, you always need a favor. I mean, first it was Fatima, then it was Zach. Bitch, which one is it now? She was like, it's Sabrina, my friend. She in jail. Okay, was she arrested for what she did? I mean, she didn't do nothing. Well, obviously she did something to get arrested. Okay, well, she got accused of robbing a bank, participating in robbing a bank that she worked at, and she really didn't do it. She really didn't do it. Now, see, honestly, as soon as I heard that story, regardless of how I feel, girl, even if we was on good terms, I would have been like, girl, this is out my jurisdiction. I don't have nothing to do with this. I don't want to get involved with this. It sounds a little bit too messy for me and a little bit too much. So therefore, I'm going to back the fuck away, and I'm not even going to attempt to try. Sorry to your friend, but it is what it is, okay? And so at that point, he was like, you know what? He flipped that shit and then went attacking her and talking about, You know why? I didn't vet, basically that he didn't vet her. He didn't know who she really was and called the bitch a hoe. Without saying that she was a hoe, he called her a hoe. By saying, listen, girl, you know, I heard that you be sleeping around or whatever. You know, you fucked around with the janitor here. What's his name? Paris or whatever. So what I need to know is, do you take the your STDs, STI tests or whatever? How many times do you take them? When do you take them? She said, I take them twice a year. That's not what I asked. I asked the date. She said the last time I had one was 3 months ago. He was like, okay, cool. And he was just real nasty with it. And I was like, well, bitch, you asking her. I said, first of all, you got the nerve to ask her about her sexual body count or whatever and if she clean. But yet you not even offering to put out there whether or not you clean. Because, bitch, you also slept with her without asking is she clean, and she ain't asked you, or you didn't even offer either. So how dare you just put that out there like that? And then she was like, what about you? He was like, I'm always clean. I know what. I said, what? Girl, he flipped that shit on her and he turned her into, oh, it went from lovey-dovey, I want to get with you and all that shit, to, bitch, we are co-workers, okay? I am your boss, and that is what we're going to do. Now, see, in the other world, depending on how the situation would have went, for real, baby, I would have flipped that shit, and that probably would have been a little foreplay type of situation that's going on. Okay, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. And then when we get up into that parking lot, bitch, I'll fuck your ass up. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I said, Andy, you brought this shit on yourself. You don't shit where you eat, okay? That is what you do. And that's what you do all the fucking time. You did it with Gary. You're doing it with him. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, Andy should be thinking about her health as well, because we don't know where Gary been. Gary could be out here fucking anybody, okay? You know, we don't know who, if he was still fucking with Jasmine while he was still fucking with, Andy, okay? We don't know if he was still messing with Jasmine, his wife, if he was messing with Andy and then putting her in danger, because we also know that Jasmine was up there fucking around, okay? So everybody fucking on everybody, and now you just want to ask this because the ex come up there, and then come to fuck to find out, baby, when he told her and that whole situation about your friend, I ain't gonna be able to help. But let me just tell you this also, that case that you had, it was a mess. And she was like, what? He was like, what? No problem, sir. I'll get it done, sir. I said, you ain't gonna fuck my brains out and have me straight twisted and then gonna flip the script on me. Baby, I filed a fucking sexual harassment lawsuit. Okay. Like, no. But see, I said, Andy, how you gonna play this? See, this is why you should have never went there with him, okay? I just didn't like it. I said, really, it took this for you to flip? I said, now who the fuck told him about Paris? You got Gary and Hayden over there talking before he left or whatever, and they just chatting it up, because this is a little scheme that Ty set up, you know what I'm saying? They both setting it up, trying to make it so that they can take the company from, or at least get Robin out the company. And I'm sitting here like, whatever scheme it is, y'all think y'all so smart, it's not gonna work, okay? That man has always been 5 steps ahead of y'all asses. All right. And especially you, Hayden. And it even got to the point where Hayden was like, I'm helping you with this. You know, he didn't even realize that Gary is doing all this because he really do want Andy back, and gonna say something. I thought you just wanted to hit. That's it. And he was like, watch your mouth, okay? And that look that Hayden always do when he like, I be like, could you stop? Could you stop? I just want to pop him in his mouth, okay? But he was like, he had sent the picture of Paris and her together to him. So it was Hayden that did the shit. And now Gary is like, that's kind of fucked up, because now she gonna think that I did it, and that's just messing up the plan of what I got going on. And I said, this is dumb. What fucking plan involves, like, you really think that this is gonna get you to get the girl back? And it's like, at the end of the day, it's Andy, so it just might work, because she dumb. But Hayden also want Gary to help him out with Zach. And he was like, why am I trying to do something about Zach? What did he do to you? And I was like, it ain't nothing about Zach, really. It's really about Fatima. You know, I used to go, we went out, we had sex or whatever, and she just keep on calling me and doing all this stuff. And I just didn't even want to do nothing else with her. But now I'm looking at her and I'm like, man, maybe I want to hit that again. I want to try to do something else. And I said, bitch, Me and Gary said, now we both know that that's a lie. Okay. A woman that look like her is not calling you back, trying to hit you up and all that stuff or whatever. All right, y'all wasn't even dating, so can we can cut the bullshit on that, okay? But then, girl, you know, he just showed his hands like he doing all this shit just to get at Zach because he want to get at Fatima, and it's really pathetic at this point. And I just want him to go away. I really do. This whole situation with Quincy and Danny, I don't know where y'all trying to get to. You know, that whole little interaction, him flirting with her, him not knowing how to say resuscitate, you know, he not understanding what that is in CPR, whatever. It was just like, what's the point? Okay. Danny gets over there. So what? She's going to find out that Q had something to do with it. And then she going to get caught up in all that stuff. And what? You're going to try to, I hope they don't make it so that they try to put them together, because no, we don't need that. That'll be totally unnecessary. She calling and she about to link up with the passenger dude, you know, the one that the wife had called her bitch. I said, oh, so in the midst of Sabrina being in jail, we're gonna hook. I guess you said life must goes on, okay? Life goes on. She locked up, not me. But at this point in time, we have yet to see Maurice. We have yet to see Maurice, just like we have yet to see Barry on the Oval, okay? We have yet to even see if Maurice is okay. At least we seen Sabrina. But baby, we don't know how she looked no more. We don't know where Maurice at. And do y'all understand? We are in episode 5, and this is literally 24 hours later from what we saw in season 4. And we're already at 5 episodes in. So, you know, Fatima is over there at her place. Or no, she go up in there to Andy's and, you know, trying to see how she doing. Of course, Andy is distraught and, you know, telling her about the whole situation. She finally told her about Sabrina. And, you know, she can't help her. She was like, well, I can do whatever I need to do. I can introduce you to my cousin. You know, she coming over to the house and all this shit. I said, okay. You know, she was like, you should come kick it with me and my homegirls. All right. So that's what they wind up doing. Okay. And when they do, the friend Angela comes over. Now, Zach was there. He had to get ready to go over his Karen house. That I wouldn't have showed up for shit. I'm just gonna be honest. I would not have showed up. Okay, like, girl, what? It ain't got shit to do with me. When the baby get here and we can get it to a state where we can get a DNA test down, and we get that DNA test and it shows I am the daddy or I'm not the daddy, that's when I'll start showing real concern. But other than that, you don't want her to be fucking stressed out. Why are you calling these people over here? She's stressing her damn self out, and Aaron's stressing her out. But she also contributed to that, okay? So at the end of the day, Zach don't need to clear shit up with her. He told her where he stands at. They're not together. They're not getting back together. She's the one that needs to let it go. You need to sit down and have a conversation with her, and not up here trying to have a kumbaya session with all 3 of them. Okay? Because, girl, what? The only one that really want to be there is Aaron. So why don't you just let him be the baby daddy at the end of the day? I'm sorry. That I don't want to make Zach sound like a deadbeat if that's his child. But bitch, it's irritating. Like, come on, I was frustrated with Zach when he pulled up and he was just standing there like no, I'm not finna. I'm standing up because I'm finna show you that I'm not finna be here forever. Okay, this ain't gonna be and then the mama gonna say something. Go get something to eat. I said, First of all, I don't know how your cooking is no more. Ever since I left, I just don't trust anybody. So I ain't come here to eat. I ain't come here to stay, okay? Reading letters and shit because this girl can't get over it. Like, girl, you better move the hell on, all right? The man body language showing that he really don't want to fuck with you. Like, I got love for you, but baby, the sight of you is irritating me. It's making my skin crawl. Why would you want to be with somebody that want to do that? Okay, like, girl, let that shit go. Anyway, this is ridiculous. I'm just like really mad at the way that they had turned out Karen's storyline. Girl, it was just really dumb the way that they did that. I'm just not understanding that shit, girl. Meanwhile, back over there at Fatima place, her friend come over, Angela. Now, this is the friend that we saw in Zatima, okay? And Angela comes over. Angela is cute. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Angela is fine, bitch. All right. I was like, all right, hey, Angela. You know, how you doing? And you know, she was like, girl, I be seeing you or whatever. I work on the upper floor, okay? You know, y'all got some openness over there. Cause listen, I work around all these white people and they make me itch. And I was like, you know, Andy work around a bunch of white people too. So I mean, it's a little bit of diversity down there. Cause I saw another black person too. But I'm outside of hating. If you want to, I don't want to question his blackness, but I'm just saying he's a bitch. Anyway, the way that Andy was acting so timid and like, okay. I said, girl, you scared of her friend? And she ain't even giving off no energy to be scared of. Miss Mama is fun. She was making, I would have been like, all right, look at you. She ain't come in with no negativity or nothing like that. She came in being very welcoming and everything. I just didn't understand her body language. Like, girl, why you acting so timid? Okay. Like, it was almost like she was scared the girl was going to pull a knife on her. Because, you know, Fatima's so goddamn aggressive. And at this point, I really hate the fact that I got to call Fatima aggressive. But we got to call a spade a motherfucking spade. Because y'all know I hate calling black women aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Because they already call that, they use that as a negativity, of course, to us anyway. To talk shit on us, to, you know, categorize us or whatever, stereotype us. But the bitch is aggressive. And I don't like the fact that they made her character so goddamn aggressive and so fucking tough. And then, you know, I don't know, like, she trying to show this hardness to intimidate people. I don't know. Because it's different. Because then, all of a sudden, Madam comes in there. First of all, I didn't even know her name was Marilyn. But her name is Madam. That's what we call her on over there on the Queen's Men's. I get on it in a second. Now, see, if I don't know, like, are y'all trying to show that y'all both badasses or whatever? And she got to be so hard because she came from this hard ass family. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in that hard. I just don't get it because even with Madam, you know, on all the Queen's Men, she hard as shit. But she ain't so aggressive with it. And only when she get real pissed. But with Fatima, like, it's like she's overly aggressive with it. It's not smooth and nothing. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. But, yeah, Madam came in there. I like Eva Marcella as in Madam on All the Queen's Men. Okay, listen, that is my motherfucking show. I'm not even gonna hold you. All right, you know, I did see the difference between season 1. Okay, that was the end of Sistas. That was the end of Sistas. Okay, let's just talk for a second. I did see the differences, and if I missed some shit, y'all can put it in the comments. I really don't care. I saw the differences or whatever, you know, between season 1 and season 2 of All the Queen's Men. And I tell y'all, if y'all have not watched All the Queen's Men, go ahead and watch it. It's on BET Plus. Like, if you want to see some dick, ass, and you know, abs and titties, you know, man titties and stuff like that. If you want to see all of that, girls, go ahead and watch it. You know what I'm saying? It'll give it to you right off the bat. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Whoa. Okay. You know, I have to take this down. I'm gonna have to take this and watch this at home. Okay. I can't be watching this at work like I watch everything else. Okay. You know, it's one of those type of shows. Okay. But I see the difference in the dialogue and the scripts or whatever from season 1 to season 2, from what I've heard and from what y'all was saying. Some people in the comments were saying that Tyler Perry kind of took over season 2. But before that, stir y'all away, I will say that unlike how he does like Sisters and The Oval and probably even The Haves and Have-Nots and his other shows, it's not the same. It's not the same. But you can still tell a little bit that it's him. He has a little bit of influence in it. But it moves along real quickly at a nice pace that it needs to be. And the dialogue is a little bit better than what it is on his regular shows, but you can still tell some stuff. But it's still a good show to watch. I say still watch the shit, right? But I just don't understand this crossover between, you know, you're crossing over 3 shows right about now. You got Zatima coming over to Sistas. And now you have All the Queen's Men coming over to Sistas as well. So it's like, what? It's like, what? Like, I don't know. It just made, cause like when you look at Sistas, and you want to know what it is, because All the Queen's Men is shot very much differently than all Sistas. You know what I'm saying? Sistas is shot like on an open set, a soap opera type set type of situation. So it looked live. All the Queen's Men is literally a TV show. A TV show that is like a regular TV show that'll be on probably like prime time. You know what I'm saying? And it flows like that. You know, almost movie-like. And so for them, and it's not live. You know what I'm saying? For them to bring that character and that aspect from there over to here, it's just a little weird. You know what I'm saying? To see a live version of Madam. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're finna dumb her down a little bit. I just got that feeling. But to bring that over, I don't know. It's weird. It is weird a little bit. I'ma deal with it, obviously, but I don't know. How are y'all feeling for real at this point? We're on episode 5. I know we've done a lot of complaining, and I feel like I'm going to try to stop doing that and just take it for what it is, because at this point, it's like nothing's really going to change. So how are you guys feeling? Put it down in the comments. Let's talk. Let's discuss. Baby, I love the quality on this camera, baby, because it's making me look glowy or whatever on my MacBook. I mean, not my MacBook. This is the iMac. I love it. But anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel. We'll discuss. And I'll see you guys later. Listen, y'all gonna get American Horror Story tomorrow, because baby, I'm tired. I'll see y'all later, all right? Peace.